Hello everyone, and welcome back to our weekly series of Is the Shrine Worth It? The series where we have a look at the perks and the Shrine secrets and see if they're really worth your 2000 iridescent shards each. For the first shrine back after the daily resets, this is a pretty shocking one. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 10. We have perks from Yui, the Xenomorph, Wraith, and Haddy. Those perks are Breakout, Rapid Brutality, Predator, and Inner Focus. Let's get into the killer perks first. Our first killer perk is Predator. When you stop chasing a survivor, you see their aura for 4 seconds. This has a 40-second cooldown. This is what it looks like in game. I'm going to give Predator a 7 out of 10. I think this is by no means the strongest aura reading perk, but it is pretty handy. It's especially good if you are newer to the game and you're losing chases and you're losing survivors in the middle of chases. It basically gives you a way to catch up. So I think it's pretty damn good. And the cooldown's not very nice, but it's okay. It's not unplayable. Unfortunately though, the Wraith is part of the base game. So I don't know what the hell behavior are doing by putting base game characters into this shrine, but absolutely do not touch this perk. Just level up Wraith instead and you'll get this perk for free by using the blood webs. Our next killer perk is Rapid Brutality. Whenever you damage a survivor with a basic attack, you gain 5% haste for 9 seconds. While chasing a survivor, you cannot gain Bloodlust. This is what it looks like in game. I am going to give Rapid Brutality a 7 out of 10. I think this is actually quite a strong perk, but it's for more advanced killers. If you can say to yourself that you will not need Bloodlust, which basically is a haste gain after a long chase, then great, you can run this perk. But if you run this perk, you're basically telling yourself that you do not ever need Bloodlust and you are really confident in your loops. I'm sure that there are killers and combinations where this is really, really effective. I imagine something like a Legion would be pretty good for this, or any number of killers. I'm sure you guys can tell me in the comments. The plus side about this perk is that it is the only licensed one we have today. So I would say it's the only one that's actually really worth picking up, because the only other way that you're going to get a licensed perk in any other context is by buying the character in full with real life money. This is really worth picking up today. Let's move on to the survivor perks. Our first survivor perk is Breakout. Within 5 meters of a carried survivor, you gain 10% haste and the carried survivor wiggles 25% faster. This is what it looks like in game. I'm going to give Breakout a 6 out of 10. This is a strong perk if you are playing a Sabo build, where you're trying to sabotage hooks or just generally help your teammates get off the killer's back. I would say though, you kind of have to camp people that are in chase, which means you are much less effective, and I would highly recommend generally not doing it unless you are communicating with your teammate, and just get on a gen instead. You get so much more out of it. I guess this could be good if someone's getting tunneled, but again, kind of a niche situation. Also, unfortunately, Yui is one of the oldest survivors to be put in the game that is not licensed, so it's much better if you just save up for Yui instead. Do not touch this in the shrine today. Our fourth and final perk is Inner Focus. Whenever the killer damages another survivor, you see the killer's aura for 10 seconds. You see other survivors' scratch marks as well. This is what it looks like in game. I'm going to give Inner Focus an 8 out of 10. I actually think this is a bit of a slept on perk. Seeing the killer's aura for 10 seconds is a long time. It also kind of gives you clarity as to whether you can stay on your gen, whether the killer is coming to you, whether they're just slugging everyone. It's a lot of information and I highly recommend you run this perk in some of your builds. Knowing where the survivor's scratches are is kind of irrelevant though. I don't really get why you'd want to see that. I'm sure you guys can correct me in the comments, but I don't know. Unfortunately though, Haddie is not licensed and at this point is one of the older characters in the game, so that means it's much better value if you save up for her and buy her in full, rather than getting this one-off perk, although I would say it's pretty strong. So to summarize today, the only perk that we want to pick up is Rapid Brutality from the Xenomorph, and we want to stay away from all the other three because they are either part of the base game or they are old enough that it's much better to just go and pick up the character in full instead of their perks. They're just not strong enough to pick up just by themselves. Thanks for watching today's video. I will see you in a week for this type of video, and I will be posting another build video, or I don't know what other kind of videos I could be doing, but I'm going to be doing a video every Saturday or Sunday as well as on Tuesdays. Anyway, I'll see you there. Bye.